1994 world champion flagger. And then 1997 world champion karaoke singer. Yeah. I was runner-up in the world champion flagging in 1993.
You know why you're the runner-up karaoke singer?
No, I wasn't runner-up. I was world champion.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I sang Just a Gigolo.
Oh.
Over and over and over. That's his only song.
Oh, that's
well. No, I mean, I can carry a tune with many other songs, but that's just the one that's going to get the crowd into it.
Right. I've never heard you karaoke another song in your life.
Yeah. You've never heard me sing karaoke.
But I did find out something about you today that I really don't think I knew, that you were a drummer.
Oh yeah.
Could you do Moby Dick, man?
I thought that was a book.
No, well, it is. It is Geppetto and the little wooden
joking.
The little wooden puppet. Oh no, that was Pinocchio.
The song? Yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah. No,
it is a book.
Yeah, it is
definitely.
A book. Yeah,
are we rolling?
And it's about this thick.
You did the clap.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Man, here we go.
All right, so we can officially say welcome back to the Behind the Blind podcast, brought to you by Tetra Hearing. Find them online, tetrahearing.com. Man, so honored to have the man, the myth, the legend, SRP.
Where is he?
Sam Palumbo back on the podcast along with
it's good to be
his son and protege, Joe Palumbo and Logan Burdett. I'm Ronnie Phillips. Oh, wow. Got a gallery. Thank you very much.
Is that a standing ovation?
Yes, I think so. Well, we're going to get into Sam in just a little bit, regardless of what I was told not to do.
Oh, you're killing me.
But, hey, we got him today, guys.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We didn't get him. We bulldozed them.
Okay, so we're leaving the field. And
wow,
Sam, we're real quiet. Sam goes, "Hey, I got the title of the episode. Bulldozed their ass."
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, probably not gonna use that one, Sam.
Well, we should probably tell people why.
Yeah, well, we were
bulldozing ass.
So there was a bulldozer near the pump jack where we were hiding today, and our hero pick, which you probably see in the thumbnail of the actual hunt episode, is all the cranes on the tracks of the bulldozer. So
bulldozed them.
Yeah, that's right. We bulldozed their ass.
Got them good.
Anyway, sorry, Sam, but we're not using that.
Hey,
for
that's
the
totally
They were just coming around that corner.
Man.
Maybe crane dozer, but no.
Yeah.
Hey, but we got them, man, and we had a lot of fog
Great
early on. They held tight. We had to wait a while till maybe 9:30 till they finally came.
Finally, yeah.
But when they got in there, we were able to pick on a few. I think we came up with a total of 17 today, so a 6-man limit.
Yeah.
There it is.
We definitely, excuse me, definitely should have had a full limit. There was a couple that got out on us, and we won't mention that.
Well, you know,
I'm sure you'll see it.
We could have.
You'll see it in the video.
You know, for doing what we were doing today, I mean, we did very well. We could have had a limit earlier, but we wouldn't have anything to show these people.
Right.
Do you know what
Fair
I mean?
point.
I mean, you know, they're not going to get them when we're killing them over top of us.
Right.
You know, so
Well, that's the case.
I mean, we
with
had
every
definitely
hunt.
had plenty of opportunity, but hey, I was happy leaving there with 17.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck, especially with what happened yesterday.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Logan kind of set it all up with how the morning started and just some of the scenarios throughout the hunt.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
You want me to talk.
Yeah, that's why he said, Logan, why don't you set it
host
up?
this show?
I did.
I'm just giving you
I am hosting. I'm steering the ship in your direction.
Yeah, so it was super, super foggy this morning, and the fog would like come and go. Like you could see 50 yards and you could see about 150 yards, and it would just keep backtracking, going back and forth. But once that fog cleared, the sun kind of peeked out, the clouds kind of pushed out, the wind picked up a little bit, and birds started coming out at 9 o'clock ish.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot fly right by us, just like we figured we would. And we had a lot come off that left shoulder that we weren't really expecting.
Oh.
And those were the birds that decoyed the best.
Yeah.
Right. Man, yeah, it was good. It was all over with.
Yeah.
We were struggling with our patience early on, and then it was done.
All of a sudden, here they came.
Yep.
Yeah. Once the fog lifted and they could see you to come up off the roost. And two, like where the roost is, it sits way down low and, this deep valley. And if it's foggy up on top where we were, then it's foggy, even foggier.
Foggier down there.
It was just a matter of time until that fog burned off and they could see good enough to finally feel comfortable coming off the roost. And when they did, I mean, fortunately, we knew we were going to have a bunch of birds fly by us. And a couple of those groups this morning, it's like, man, I really hope they all don't do that.
Yeah.
But then it was just a matter of time to get the right birds coming off. And
When that sun really started shining and got up on our decoys, like we even had birds when we were picking up that were running in, and we typically don't see that.
Yeah.
And they were decoying good. You know, they were
to what we had out there already.
Yeah, exactly. So
right.
The sun makes all the difference in the world. All the difference.
It's also fair to say that the sun might have screwed us a couple times too, because it was in our face.
It was.
Well, yeah.
And we did have a couple groups that were just moneyed up, wings set, feet down, and they were going to do it. And then at about, 40, 50 yards, started to pick up and move on. So, but that's the game you play when you're trying to film a waterfowl hunt. And
it is
you
funny.
have to play the win.
It is funny.
And
You
dealing
can tell,
with the cranes. They're wily, man. They're wily.
You can tell whenever the cranes flare on the cameras. Like it's very evident.
Yeah,
it really is.
Those ones, that group you're talking about today was, feet down, locked up, like they were hooking in, and then all of a sudden they just like picked up.
See, and it's like right whenever they're in line with the camera, like you can tell. Like you just, it's like, that was definitely
right there.
lens flare.
Yeah.
Especially on a day when I could argue that today's hide was maybe one of the best that we've had in 12 years of doing this, 11 years of doing the show. We had the tumbleweed crop was it's yielding very well this year.
There's a lot of Boone and Crockett tumbleweeds out there this year, boys.
No doubt.
I mean, I never seen them this big. Holy.
We took full advantage of that. Then they were all around the pump jack, and so we had a perfect line lined up great. Also, there was this big dirt mound off to our left, and so we kind of tied into that along with all of these massive tumbleweeds. So, I mean, we blended in well. So it wasn't necessarily them seeing us as much as it was seeing the cameras on those few volleys.
Yeah, it was just a couple of them. But
and too, like we talked about yesterday or last night on the podcast, some of those birds coming from the hard edge.
Yes.
They're not coming the whole way, out in front, and they're not looking right at us, directly. They would kind of skirt us to the left, and then they would kind of catch that corner, then they would just kind of drift back across us. And by the time that they're in, by the time they're in the kill hole, it's like they don't have time to even see what's
going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So it helped a lot. It helped a lot this morning having that big, having that big mound of dirt too.
Behind us.
Yeah. I think that kind of helped. But yeah, all in all, it was a great hunt.
The ones that came from the left, I mean, it was game on all morning long. But, we're bringing that up about seeing the cameras. Now, you guys have been doing this a long time, and so is everybody else that's doing hunting videos out there. And I noticed with the cameras, I mean, like the one lens that you guys use has like a tan color to it. Does someone not make like a camo lens that they wouldn't see as much, or are they seeing the
reflection?
Glass.
Yeah, that's what they're
glass.
seeing.
Seeing the glass.
The glass reflection.
Okay, I got you.
I mean, they might be seeing that color too. I mean, because it doesn't.
Look, it happens with ducks and geese.
Oh,
too,
sure, yeah.
but not anywhere close.
not like cranes.
I mean, it's a night and day difference.
Oh,
It's
funny.
night and day
Absolutely.
difference.
It is funny. Like I can tell.
These birds
100%
got better
there.
eyes than turkeys, man. You know how turkeys' eyes are.
Whenever they flare on the lenses, it's funny. I can tell every time. It's like because they're coming. There's absolutely no reason that group should not have come. But
one of
it is what it is.
One of the things that I thought was kind of cool, we did have a group that came out earlier that kind of snuck up on us
in the fog.
And they were like a foot off the ground. It seemed like they were scraping the ground, and I've never seen.
They were real low,
which obviously makes sense because of how it was so foggy. It was so funny.
Remember when I was in North Dakota hunting and you thought what I said was so funny?
Oh, it was great. Just dragging them.
I just said when I was in North Dakota hunting with my dad, there was a group of geese doing the exact same thing as us.
Oh, okay.
And I just kept saying, they're dragging dick. And he just thought, that was the funniest thing in the world.
Those cranes were. They were. There's no doubt. But that was kind of, I mean, they skirted us. They didn't.
And dude, no lie, whenever that first group came out in the fog, I was like, okay,
this is going to be over.
I was like, yeah, these are going to come right to us. And they didn't. They skirted us. Yeah. And I was like, all right, we might be in for a long morning.
Yeah.
But like I said, once the sun came out and the birds started coming out good, it was just a matter of time is all. But yeah, that first group kind of made me nervous. So
I mean, and they were like ninja mode too, because typically they're making a little bit of noise when they're flying. Yeah. There was no. I mean, we had no warning at all. Right. Then boom, there they were.
Right.
But yeah, 17. I mean, that's a great day. You'll take that every single time.
Sure enough.
One of the things that before we move on to what we're doing tomorrow, I'll just again promote that coming at the end of this particular podcast is the announcement of who is winning the HW swag pack, which they win.
What? You got it? You got it?
No,
you know
no,
it by
you,
now.
no, no, you
We
know,
got
you know-
hats,
you know-
we got sweatshirts, we got T-shirts, we got socks, watches, CDs,
yeah,
DVDs.
watches. So no,
There it is. It's Ronnie's Garmin watch.
yeah, no,
No, but the
you-
swag
couple
pack.
DVDs.
Do we have a name picked yet?
I got one. We're gonna name that
You got
here
it?
in just a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
little tease to hang on for the rest of this. Just got back from scouting tonight. We got a few different options. Definitely a lot of birds in the area. I mean, the birds that we've been playing with, though, the last few days were doing something completely different tonight. In fact, we don't really know what they were doing tonight, but we did find a few other options that that looks very promising.
Right. I think a bunch of the birds that we've been hunting the last couple of days, like every day, it seems like whenever they would come out and after we would, work the flocks that we would, and, all the birds that would fly past us throughout the morning, I feel like every morning they're just moving further and further north.
Yeah.
And I think that was the case tonight or even this morning too, because y'all drove around a little bit up there after we were done, and said they weren't really where they have been. But I think that's all they're doing. I think they're just moving farther north, just kind of hopscotching fields. There's a lot of wheat being planted in our area right now, and it's there was a farmer tonight just planted a fresh pivot, had 2 John Deeres out there running seed in the ground. It'll only be a matter of time before they find that one.
Right.
So I think they're just just jumping around, trying to find the freshest seed they possibly can is what I think they're doing. But yeah, there's still plenty around. I'm a little upset that I'm not going to be able to hunt the rest of the month because we do have good numbers, and it would probably fare to be a pretty good season this year. But like I said, hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to repeat a little bit of what we did today and the first day, and get after them again. We do have a couple options, but it's just a matter of picking the right one. So we'll see. And plus, y'all are going to hit the road tomorrow.
But yeah, that was where I was going
From
next
the
with this.
field. Y'all are going to try to pack up, leave from the field. But yeah, hopefully, and I know for a fact we can't hunt any later than 10 o'clock because I got to get both of y'all to the airport.
Right on.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see.
So that's why we're announcing the winner on this particular episode of Behind the Blind, because there won't be a follow-up podcast to how yesterday or tomorrow's hunt goes. Because of that exact reason.
Just going to have to watch the video.
Yeah, you're just going to have to check back and find the results of the last hunt. So
The results of the jerky.
the results of the jerky. We joke about that all the time, SRP.
We never did get the results of the jerky, actually. by
It's
the way.
because we never made it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We
Yeah,
made it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Well, I didn't get any of the blind snacks. I must have been in the wrong
You
blind.
shouldn't have been holding out on the
No.
crushed donuts.
I think it was the day that I took you to the airport because you flew back. You flew home
Oh,
the day
came
before.
early. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. I forgot.
I forgot about that too. You got that
See?
early.
Yeah.
So before we leave, I just want to bring a little attention to our good friend Sam Palumbo. He's a very humble dude and doesn't want to, shine too much light on his waterfowl history and past, but I'm going to make him come out of his shell a little bit because I know the influence that you have had on the waterfowl community goes beyond just Heartland Waterfowl. In fact, we were years ago hunting up in upstate New York and started hunting with a guy by the name of Jeremy Finan, who
Jeremy.
had influence
dude.
from you. You had taught him how
Good
to goose,
dude.
and that guy could go. I mean, that guy.
Taught him how to blow a goose call.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's good. He's real
Yeah.
good at it. So,
He's grown into a fine young man, too, let me tell you.
so let's seriously tear down the freaking humble curtain and let's. When did waterfowl hunting start for you?
I'll give you
Dr.
the reader.
Phil
I'll
on
give
set.
That's right.
I'll give you the Reader's Digest version of this story. It was 50 years ago now. I was on a break for Christmas and during my senior year. My brother called me, wanted to know if I wanted to go down to Eastern Shore and do some goose hunting. I said, absolutely. Worst day imaginable in my life at that time. We smashed them. I've been hooked ever since. just kind of been playing with them for a lot of years, and I can honestly say I thought I was a decent caller at one time, but boy, did I ever get an education from a kid. You know, this kid, I thought for sure him and his dad didn't have guns; they were just calling ducks. But here was this kid calling. So anyway, that's how it all started with me. I learned how
the
to
kid
use,
was.
watch out! Watch out! Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, Ryan. This kid's name was Darvin Gebhardt. Without Darvin, we probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Old Darv.
Without Darvin. So anyway, that's how it all started, man. I started getting into competition calling, and then I met some dude by the name of Sean Mann. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
Who has?
We talked about him last night.
Oh yeah, Sean's a really good friend of mine, and I'm gonna tell you what, that man right there, he fine-tuned me. You know, I met him, I don't even know what year it was. Might have been 85, 86. I have no idea. But anyway, I asked him to listen to me. And, you know, he said, whoa. Stopped me right away. He says, you're doing it all wrong, you know. So I said, okay, man, show me how to do it. And he showed me. And I just kept on going. Flew all over the country, a lot of contests with a lot of people, met a lot of nice people. Joe's followed right in my footsteps. You know, I won, you know, I didn't win anything big. I won a lot of state and regional contests. But Joe, I mean, when Joe was a youngster, he won everything but the world championship. He just could not bring that one home.
I just couldn't beat 100 grounds.
Yeah. He couldn't beat 100 grounds. Them two battled back and forth.
It's okay. I'll let that one slide.
Seriously,
let
years,
that one slide a little bit.
I'm serious. I say all the time, if me and Hunter weren't the same age, I'd have a couple world titles. He literally beat me every year.
Yeah.
Battle
back and forth.
I want to put you on the spot a little bit because, you know, naturally we're all friends, and you know, we've done this before with Logan when we've had Brad on, his dad. Tell us a story of when you first took Joe goose hunting, or something memorable that stands out in your mind as Joe as a young hunter.
Okay.
I know.
There's two, but I'm only going to tell you one.
Okay. I mean, we got time. You can tell us two.
I know it's going to be one of two stories. I know one of them.
I'm telling both of them.
All right. Here we go.
Anyhow, we're hunting this place called Duck City one morning, man. Joe's about 5 years old, maybe, right? And everybody else, I mean, it's all men, grown men, and we got Joe with us, right? So
it was a pit.
No. That was, well, I'm getting to that.
Oh.
That was the camo out front. So anyway, it's just breaking daylight. We got ducks in the decoys and everything, you know. So my buddy Bob Dunn, God rest his soul, he says, let Joey shoot. I said, okay. So I don't know why, but we had a milk crate. We must have carried something out in a milk crate. So anyhow, we get the milk crate. We get Joe up on it. I give him the gun. I'm standing behind. I said, Joe,
I'm five. I'm like 5.
This
What
is
are you
with a
shooting?
12 gauge.
12 gauge.
Wow.
He's got it on my shoulder, like with his hand behind my shoulder. Like
Was that
this,
back in the day when you could still shoot lead at ducks?
This is in the 90s.
No,
I'm joking.
But anyhow, so I said, Joe, you just put the bead on him. You know, see, I got it, Dad. I said, whenever you're ready, man, pull the trigger. Boom! You got him, Dad. I got him, Dad. Yeah, I went out. I pulled up this old herder's decoy, brought it in here, take it home. Your mom ever cooked it tonight. and then real short, here's another one. We were hunting a pit at home. We're cleaning up. Right?
No, dude.
No, what?
Let him tell the story.
Do the one about on 114 in the hay wagon. Whenever I went to the truck early.
Oh my God!
We used to. First of all, we used to
slam them in this
we
field,
had this
right?
It was a cornfield every year with a hedgerow, and there was an old like 30-foot
hay
wagon in it. We built it into a blind every year. I mean, we would cook. We would have pizzas ordered.
Awesome,
like there was like a Domino's like 3 miles down the road, and like they knew the farm name. We're like, meet us out of the driveway. We get pizzas and hunt like all day sits at this place. Like it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now it's a Walmart, of course.
So this particular morning, Joe gets cold, right? So he goes back to the truck and he opens up this sliding glass window in the back of my truck, and he's calling the geese from the truck.
I was watching out the window, and every time they'd have a group of geese come over, I would open the window and start calling.
How old was he?
Probably
God,
7, 8.
maybe. Yeah,
How
he
old?
was just a
Probably
couple
7 or
years.
8.
Okay.
Hell,
Yeah.
he won his first contest at 5.
Wow.
You know?
I remember actually. No, I was probably 10. I might
What?
have been like 10 when that was, because
Like hanging out the window?
Yeah, because I remember I was blowing a Glenn Scobie. Goose call.
Yeah, exactly. That he gave you.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was hanging out.
Yeah.
All right, so apparently there's 3 stories. What was the other one that you were
so
going to say?
anyway, we're hunting this pit, and we're picking up, and like Joe's gone, and I can't find Joe. He fell through the pit.
I fell through the grass. I was laying on the bottom of the pit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I took the wrong step.
Yeah.
Were you hurt?
No, not at all. Now,
No.
Could you imagine if that had been me? they'd have probably just filled it in. I'd have probably been dead. You know what I mean? He just popped right. Joe, down here. How'd you get? I fell.
Yeah. Stepped in the hole.
Yeah.
So Joe came out at birth, just founding. It's all right. Came out interested in waterfowl hunting, right?
He just followed right behind me.
That's really
I don't
cool.
even remember. I mean, I started taking him early. You know, I got pictures that you guys just wouldn't believe. But anyway, I started taking him early, and he stayed with it. You know, he did. You know, he always wanted to go. I mean, him and I kept. It's a wonder he ever got through school, because he missed so much school with him and I going different places to call or to hunt. You know, but
a lot of people in my school though knew
what. Yeah, they knew
we
what was going on, and what they did. What do you call the principal? Said, Sam, it's all good. It's an educational field trip. You're allowed so many days for this. Just have him write a little couple sentences about what he did while you guys were gone, and that was all we had to do. We never
got my education on the road. Boys.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I hate to say this.
School of the hard knocks.
I hate to say this, but I could just keep on going. I
Sure.
mean, I got 38 years or 36 years of this stuff. I could just keep them going, but we'll save that for another day.
Okay. All right.
One of my favorite ones that I've heard Joe and Dom talk about over the years is the bibbed orange neck collar.
Oh shit!
Don't shoot my decoys! Don't shoot my decoys!
Dyches sweet corn.
That was. I would love to have that. I could care less about.
All right.
that
Tell the story.
today. All right. So we
I'll
had.
tell-
Go
I'll
ahead.
tell the story.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We had this little honey hole right outside of town growing up.
Yeah.
The guy planted sweet corn every year.
Every year.
And he would let people come pick it. And everybody was done picking about September 1st, right? And then he would come in and he would brush hog it. And we were the only people that could ever hunt it. And we had a sweet fence row blind made out of sugar cane.
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible. They didn't have a clue ever we were in there.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're out there the day before opening day, August 31st or whatever, scouting, and there was probably 250, 300 geese in the field already when we got there.
Oh my.
And we wanted to set the spread that night so we didn't have to do it in the morning, whatever. We're sitting there for a little bit, and we're like, all right, I don't think they're going to leave. Let's just kind of drive out there and see if they booger out. Well, they didn't. All they did was walk to the other end of the field.
Wow.
And they
were
watched
very
us-
comfortable.
They watched us put out every decoy, and we come back in the next morning, and in the area where I grew up, it wasn't uncommon to see a bib collar.
No.
Back in the day.
No.
I mean, he shot quite a few.
No.
It wasn't uncommon. It wasn't totally unheard of, right? So anyway, he had these old styrofoam herders decoys,
Wow.
like on a wood platform.
The burlapped ones.
Right.
Okay.
So what we used to do was we would cut wings off of geese and pin them
We bone them out and pin them with
on,
T-pins.
on the back because they were
They were like
styrofoam.
they were
Yeah.
fake stuffers, is what they were.
Right.
Okay.
So we had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 dozen of those and then a bunch of real geese silhouettes. And anyway, next morning we're set up. Geese are coming. Big bunch, like 100 come in at one time.
Wow.
And we let them land. Right. We didn't want to shoot into a group that big.
Mhm.
Right. Anyway, they're walking around and clear as day. I mean, I can still picture it. There's an orange bib collar, X85, probably still flying around somewhere. And he wouldn't let us shoot
Yeah.
because he was worried about messing up those herders decoys with the wings on it. And us to this day, that's the only orange and black bib collar I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it flew away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bad call on my part.
Screw
It's all
them
right.
decoys,
And let me
dude.
let me tell you, since the humble curtain is open,
Yes.
I've had a lot more after that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's some really cool. So, one of the cool things also about your guys' story is that, once Joe got a little bit older and got into, since, after high school and everything, he started guiding and you guys got to guide together.
Yeah. I gave him his first shot at guiding when he was 12.
Wow.
But
you were 12.
Yeah. His first shot at guiding, he was 12 years old.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, this could go on for a long time.
I still have the letter from Dallas Safari Club.
I bet you do. So, wow. He came when I was in North Dakota, man. He came to North Dakota. Was outfitter for a year and needed a guide, so he was came of age. We did everything we could. We got him hired.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember
and then we guided together for a couple years at Central Dakota Lodge too. And then I retired.
Yeah.
Because that's a game for you guys, and it's not a game for
it's not an old man game.
No, it is not. It is not, man. So not day after day after day.
I remember my first memory of coming to Central Dakota Lodge. We've told this story before when we first met you. Joe was in holy jeans. You got the nose ring or the nose. No, it was the lip ring. It was the lip ring, right? Did you have a nose ring too?
I had a lip ring.
He had a lip ring.
I knew you had a lip ring.
Yeah.
And he just was wearing all these raggedy clothes. Now he's a very sophisticated looking hunter, but he wasn't when we first met him.
I'm a professional now.
Yes, you are. And I'm like, who is this hood rat that we just got to guide us on this hunt? But that's where we met you. And then Joe introduces you to me as the radio guy.
Yeah.
And Sam was all talking about wanting to do a radio show. Yes. He was like, you remember that?
Yeah, I was supposed to come to Kansas City and do a radio show.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
That was fun. All right, so before we wrap this up, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot again. What is your proudest moment of your son, Joe Palumbo? Did I get you? I'm sorry. I didn't expect.
Dr. Phil.
Seriously, speak with raw authenticity, man.
Probably the day he got married.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good day.
Yep.
I was drunk. We
all were.
He was real proud.
I know you're awfully proud of Joe, and we love
both.
you.
I'm proud of both my boys.
Well, no, as you should be. You should be. I didn't want to leave Dom out,
No.
but I, as much as Joe is family, Heartland Waterfowl family, I want you to know that you are too, man.
Oh, I can dig it. I feel it every day.
It's all family.
Every day.
We're all family.
We
All you guys, I
absolutely.
feel it every day.
We've hunted with you a few times, and I can think of like early Nodak, which was special. I told you this in private in the room the other day after your wife passed away.
Yep.
How cool that was for you to be able to get away from that particular situation and just be with some guys that loved you and cared about you.
Yeah.
I remember us driving around scouting and you saw a bald eagle and your wife loved bald eagles and you thought that was a sign that you were there to do the right thing. That was a really cool moment, man. So we love you, dude.
Love you guys too, man. All of you.
I'm so glad that you were here and to share this opportunity.
Glad
with
to be
you,
a part of it. Thanks
I hope
so
that
much.
we get to do it more, man.
Yeah, right on, brother.
I think we're gonna find ways to do this in the future.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to add, Joe, before I wrap this up?
No. Go Cowboys.
Oh,
Yeah, right on.
There we go.
Screw the Eagles. Screw the Eagles.
That's pretty much all I got. Go Cowboys.
I hope he's watching.
He is. You know he is. All right, here's the winner. Apparently, this guy says that he's hoping, this is just one of the few comments that he had on the Heartland Waterfowl YouTube channel, but he's hoping to come back next year and kill cranes with 5 Landon holding.
That a baby.
Hope you had a good scout tonight. The winner is Seth Myers.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Is this rigged?
Yeah. Who is Seth Myers?
He's actually, it's a kid that I grew up with.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt.
I picked this at random. I swear, I really
Oh,
don't.
jeez.
No doubt. Yeah, it's funny. It's a kid.
Oh, you're going to have to call him and tell him that.
I know.
Man.
That's awesome. Well, it
That's
won't be
funny.
hard to get your information.
You guys just know everybody.
No, he's a kid from my hometown. Yeah, we
Yeah.
grew up together.
What?
Yeah. No bullshit. But he's a super fan. He loves it. Like, I mean,
Did SRP teach him how to blow a call too?
no, but he actually hunted with them a couple weeks ago.
I just talked to him an hour ago.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Well, Seth, congratulations.
That's
You got the
funny.
Heartland
Way to go,
Waterfowl
Myers. You did it.
swag. We'll get some stuff sent out to you.
He was
That's
asking
funny.
me. It was asking me before I came down. He said, you think you get me a hat? I said, man, I said, they don't travel with merch, you know?
Right.
I said, they really don't. So, but I'll see it. I will try. But hey, I had nothing to do with this.
He really didn't.
Because this is the first time these guys heard this.
I know, yeah,
but that is funny.
I
That's
read
funny
it.
that he said
I
that.
know.
That's
That's
how you
great,
know that
man.
when we
Great.
pick these, we do pick them at random.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
send him a Snapchat right now. Let him
Yeah.
know.
As you should.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for following along on this journey. I guess coming up next is the guys. Logan and I won't be on that trip, but it'll be Alex and Chaz and
They're
Dakota
dancing.
and Q headed to Wyoming to hunt with High Plains Wing Shooters
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Pit life.
Yeah.
Pit life.
The low ground life.
And so that's coming to you very, very quickly. Make sure that you are doing all the things. Subscribe. We're going to be sending you content, more Behind the Blind podcast, so be looking for that coming up in the near future. As we wrap this up, again, for SRP, Sam Palumbo, Joe Palumbo, and Logan Burdett, I'm Ronnie Phillips, and thanks again to Tetra Hearing, the proud sponsor of the Behind the Blind podcast. Again, find them online at tetrahearing.com. We'll see you in Wyoming. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Down here in heaven.